It's your girl Jazzy K with Super Tight TV. We want to thank everyone that's been watching. Hey, if you do us a favor and hit that subscribe button, also press the notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video.
You're not tuned into something super tight. Puffin' something sticky, nigga, I roll through the light. Need to hear something real just to get me through the night. I'm looking for them jackets cause I know they looking shy. Know I'ma get some game tuned in with super tight, yeah. I get the low love from Big Bobo, from the front seat, not no photos.
Already, baby, what it do? It's your big dog, Bobo Luciano. We in this thing once again. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Super Tight TV. We back, up your back, going smack, 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 like we always do. And today is one of them days. Yeah. But I got to start it off like this. I got my sexy ass, gorgeous, beautiful wife.
It's your girl Jazzy K.
In the building. Say, I'm going to rectify a couple things right now.
Come on.
I'm going to rectify, I really don't want to call it a lie.
Okay.
But it's a lie. It take a real man to step up and admit when he's wrong. Am I right?
It does.
And I'm always, I'm Dallas first. I'm always Dallas, Oak Cliff first. Texas, that's me. That's me. I bleed it. Cowboys, stand up. I've been saying something for over 20 years. I've been saying something. I picked two MCs that I say are my two favorites out of Dallas. And y'all know who y'all are because I've told y'all this for over 20 years. Mm-hmm. Blowfly, Blow Fleazy. I love you, dog.
Uptight.
And Uptight. I love you, dog. Two talented brothers. But I've been lying.
Oh my God.
I'm just being honest. I've been lying to myself because once I did the research for this show, because I want to be on point. This is one of these shows that I have to be on point. And it just took me back to 1989. It took me back to what I was feeling.
Yeah.
It took me back to them Dickie days. It took me back to Twilight. Took me back to Shamrock. Took me back to the Armory. Took me back to K104 when they were at their glory days.
Man.
You know what I'm talking about? I got a brother here, man. I like to bring out my family members. I've been knowing this guy. I used to see him around town. You see him at Sprague Stadium at the basketball games. He was already a star. Right now, I'm doing the introduction, but this man really, really, really needs no introduction. One time I was watching, I was about to say DVD, I'm lying. Mm-hmm. I was watching a VHS tape.
I can say stop all this line.
VHS tape. Yeah, I want to get it straight. The name of that tape was Welcome to Death Row. And a man, I can't remember who the gentleman was, but he made one statement about this brother. And I held it in my heart. And I remembered it. I got a memory like an elephant. He said this man is the most influential man in gangster rap. Exactly. Quote. I don't know if you ever heard that.
That was Dick Griffey.
He said this brother is the most influential figure in gangster rap. And with me being from where I was from and feeling everything he was doing and watching his movement from Dallas to California, I was just so proud. But who I have here right now is the mighty, the one and only, the D.O.C is in the building. Stand up. Stand up.
We love
already.
It.
Man, I'm trying to practice on those intros because somebody gonna hire me one day.
That's right.
Just to go on the road intro.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
Come on, bring me out, Bobo. And I'm gonna come.
All right.
I got one that I'm gonna talk to you about. See if you remember that. You remember, but we're gonna go down through there today, all right? This gonna be, I'm gonna claim this in the name of God.
Hey, now.
This gonna be the best interview you ever did.
Okay.
Because you know why? All them other dudes don't know you like I do. All them other dudes don't remember back in the 80s. They only talk to you about Ruthless days, Death Row days, but it's more than that makes you a man.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
And we're going to go down through there. And I know you got a couple daughters.
Yes, I do.
I love women. I'm for my black queens.
That's right.
I put them above anything. I put them up on a pedestal.
As you should.
I have 4 daughters.
Beautiful.
4 black queens.
Beautiful.
And I always believe, and I was raised in a family where I was the only boy.
Me too.
All sisters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was the baby.
Yeah, me too.
So really, and me and him are the same age, same year, baby. So I'm gonna kick it to my wife and let her, this queen, get things started for us.
Already. Man, the D.O.C in the building.
Already.
If you don't know now, you know. So for those that may not know, some of these youngsters out here that may not know, why don't you tell everybody where you from?
I'm from, well, I was born in West Dallas and raised in Oak Cliff and went back and forth. Really, I'm just from Dallas.
Yeah.
You know, and born and raised, you know, and born again in L.A.
Yes, sir.
for a while, then born again in Atlanta for a while.
Well, amen.
Yeah. I
Nice
remember
to
those.
have
I
several
followed
lives.
I followed your journey, brother. So,
Wait, what schools did you go to?
you know I was coming.
I went to Kimball High School.
Yes. Oh, shit. I was about to ask you.
Well,
I was going to surprise her with that.
that's why
I was going to surprise her that.
I should have said I went through there.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's
I remember
okay.
you being up there. And I was like, I didn't want to tell her that because a lot of our guests have been from my high school. And she like, damn, when we going to get some Kimball people up here?
Man, and look at what we got.
Yeah, we got the king. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So we got that out of the way.
Made my
So we found out he's from Dallas. You know, I've always heard West Dallas.
Yeah.
But the rumors were that you went to Kimball. So
did.
that's a rumor. That's not a rumor. That's the truth.
Well, I went through
fact.
Kimball.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I went through there.
You was registered. You was registered there.
Yeah.
I read it.
There you go.
You had a locker there at some time.
Yeah.
So another rumor. We're gonna go through the BS rumors in Dallas first. D.O.C. I remember Doc Trey.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on any platform when you were younger? Think back. I know we did a lot of drinking back then and smoking, but did you ever say what the word D.O.C. meant?
I've given it a lot. I've given that acronym a lot of names over the years,
Yes.
but I can't remember. You asking me if I've ever told?
Because there's a rumor that I don't know if they saw you or they read it. Might have been in the Source magazine. I don't know. They said that you said that D.O.C. meant Dallas Oak Cliff.
That was one of them.
Okay. So that's not a rumor.
No.
That's not a rumor. So that's a fact. So,
Yeah.
you know, because you get the people from West Dallas, and well, you know, he from West Dallas. You know, people, you the golden child from Dallas.
Hey.
You know what I'm talking about? We're going to put you up on that pedestal. We got two. Well, I mean, I don't know if you ever watched the platform, but I always talk about 2 people. That's our royalty. And that's you and Erica.
Well, look.
You know what I mean?
Blessed, ain't no question about it.
Yes. I mean, you're talented, blessed with talents. And that's what we're going to find out today.
Amen.
What age did that music bug hit you?
Oh, man, when I was young, my father, he used to sing Nat King Cole. Every Christmas, he would sing that. And it was the way he would sing it. You know, he was real serious about his diction,
Yes.
you know. And hearing him do that made me want to do that.
Yeah.
You know, I can remember at a 7, 8-year-old, I had a blue 8-track tape machine. And Brandy, who sang that song, the song about the dog called Brandy. I'm so all alone.
Yes, I know what song
I
you're
know
talking
you
about.
coming back home.
Yes, I remember which one you're talking about.
I had that on 8-track, and I would be singing that joint in my room at 8 years old. You know.
Did you have a good voice to sing?
Yeah, I was a singer before I was a rapper.
Oh, okay, see, that's something we didn't know. Super tight exclusive. You know what I'm talking about? So were you church boy?
No. I mean, I was, but I wasn't I wasn't a good one.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I went when they made me go.
Parents tried to make you go?
Yeah.
Already.
Now I have to ask, when did you fall in love with hip hop?
When it came out, when it hit Dallas, it was 79.
Don't you know it?
You know.
So what did you first hear? Maybe
The song that really got me was Apache.
Apache.
You know, I was rapping it at my grandpa's little record.
Yes.
That's my first purchase was in hip hop was Apache.
Yeah. And I can remember those days. Either you was on it or you wasn't.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we were at that age, we were sixth graders, and it hit Dallas in 79, and we were like, I mean, most guys from the inner city, I can remember that feeling. You know what I mean? Unless you were just a square.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you was just a square pig. I mean, it grabbed me seriously. I mean, Rapper's Delight, Curtis Blow.
Oh, yeah.
And like I tell people this story, but when Grandmaster Flash performed The Message, I think it was on Saturday Night Live, that was it for me. I was sold. It wasn't nothing else you could, because I grew up probably like you, listening to old soul music, you know what I mean? The Marvin Gaye and the Al Green and all that.
Come on now.
When that started, I was like, oh, that's an option.
Now, we had already been playing the dozens.
Yeah.
You know, when rap came, we had already been scoring on each other outside, rapping, basically.
Yeah.
So it just transitioned into that.
Exactly.
For us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it was exciting because it was new. It was young. It was ours.
Yes.
You know, it was really pure back then.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of love in it, even though everybody was competing.
Yes.
You know, it lost a lot of that along the way. But back in those days, it was a way to get out. Still is. It's just it's turned really dark these days.
Hasn't it? I think on that note, because we do agree with you, you know, especially with the drill rap that's out now. Since we started this platform, and I saw you on the picture with some of these guys that's on this wall, we got some spitters in Dallas now.
Oh, yeah.
2023 is poised to be, I think we're going back from that drill rap
I think so too, bro.
to spitting.
I think substance is the new gangster.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. There's some boys in Funky Town.
Yes.
And you know what? For the funk is always had. You know, they cupboards always been full out here with them boys that really, you know, because they gets down out here.
Yes, they do. Why? You know, I was talking to somebody about that.
Yeah, they do.
Why do you? Dallas has a couple that I can name.
It's just a different animal, bro.
They got I mean, you know,
they really hungry out here, and you can just tell.
Multi-millionaires out here from street life.
Yeah.
Billy Ray Maddox. I mean, come on, we didn't have nobody like that. You know, they had street legends. Let's just say that the people, little kids, could be like, you know, we had a couple, but not like Fort Worth.
There's a lot of money out here.
A lot of money out here. Bro. Did you? Who do you follow in Fort Worth? Are you listening to someone right now?
I really, if I'm being honest, I don't listen to anybody.
Okay.
But there are young guys from Fort Worth that I would absolutely like to work with.
Yeah.
Because they're real good. You know,
you can speak on them? The names?
I don't want to go off into these. I don't want to blow up, you know.
Already.
But they here.
Yes.
You know, it's a few of them.
Yeah.
And it's a few in Dallas.
Yes.
You know. And it's a few females like I really would like to get together with these young cats and put some real cold shit together.
Yeah.
You know. And I'm hopeful we can do that.
I'm supporting you on that. That was another reason why we started this platform. Because I'm trying to get, in our lifetime, we might not see the finished result, but I think we can get the city steered in the right direction to where.
Oh, we about to.
Yes.
Yeah, it's our turn.
It's
bro.
our turn.
It really is. By the time this documentary hits the streets,
I'm ready for it.
The summer, I think it'll be, we will have already started working. People will start to see the energy is going to start to rise because it's already here.
Yes.
You just don't see it yet.
Yes.
But it's here.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been here a long time. We've got the talent.
Yeah.
We've got the consumers for sure.
Oh, yeah.
We just have to get the consumers to buy the talent.
Well, first you have to step out of the old into the new.
Yes.
You can't continue to do what's been done and feel like you're going to establish yourself. One reason we've never gotten ours
Yes.
in this region is because it always seems like we're doing somebody else's shit. You have to step out into the new. Substance is the new, but that don't mean you got to be soft. I mean, we still telling it like it T.I.Z.
Yeah. Yes.
But have something about it,
Exactly.
And there's some young niggas out, some young boys out there, younger men that's out there doing it, and women,
Yes.
and so we got it here. It's just about us getting us all in the same place at the same time,
Getting focused
and making it do what it do.
Yes, sir. I feel you.
Definitely got to represent for the women. There's some women doing it big.
Oh, ain't no question.
Is it not the era for the women right now? Ooh, so many of them out there with talent, bro.
But I have a question. You mentioned your documentary. What has that process been like for you therapeutically?
It was really cathartic for me to experience making that film. It allowed me to let go of a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
It let me move on to something new, to the next chapter. So I liken it to ending one book and starting another one. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I told folks all the time I was waiting on the happy ending. And so it just turned out that the happy ending is that movie.
Oh, good.
Wow.
That's a blessing.
I can't wait to see it.
Special K. Have you spoken
Fresh K.
Fresh K. Where is he?
I think Fresh K is in the Midwest somewhere. I haven't talked to him in many, many moons. I don't know exactly what he's doing. The last I heard, he was killing livestock.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's healthy. That's good.
He's a damn fool.
That's a damn fool, bro. My God. When you left, he started coming. He started coming up there to Dallas Nights with us. And he used to hang out with us, man. That's a good brother.
Yeah, he is.
That's a good brother, man.
Yeah, he is.
And we're going to go down through there. Some things you just say, hey, Bobo, I don't want to talk about that. But it's, stuff in the city.
No, it's all good, man.
We got to talk about it.
I'm an open book because if you want it, you better get it from the source if you want it right.
That part. Y'all heard that?
So when I speak of another rapper, Fresh K, he was in a group with a gentleman named Dr. And they started a group called the Fila Fresh Crew. Historical group in Dallas. Like we said, K104 was at its height at that time. And I can remember Tom Joyner. God, what a jock he was.
Yeah, he was.
For us being kids, to have that amount of talent, the fly jock. And if you didn't get up every morning listening to Tom Joyner, I don't know what you were doing of all ages.
That's facts.
And then
church music.
Yeah.
That was the other alternative.
That was the other alternative. Yeah. You're right. But my mom and them let me listen to K104.
Yeah.
I didn't say 4, I said 4. And one day, I heard this song. Dun, 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 dun. I said, who are these cats? and it was a concept song about hating to go to work.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Do you remember that recording process?
Sure.
I know you do. That's rhetorical.
We was in Dr. Rock's garage. Dr. Rock stayed in Arlington. And he said he wanted to make a song. Parents just don't understand, I think was the deal at the time. So he said we needed one of those.
Okay.
And he sampled that record. and I wrote him a Will Smith record. You know, it's
Simple as that.
it's the same cadence basically. It's the same type of imagery. You know, I gave that my best shot, and it worked out.
It did. Because from that day forward, everybody knew about the Fila Fresh Crew. What? What? How did you meet Dr. Rock?
So Dr. Rock used to be at Twilight, and Curtis used to be, Fresh K used to be in a dance group called the Rockets, and they would go there, and I hung out with those guys, and Dr. Rock had seen, it went back to a television commercial that we did for Channel 21 way back in the Gap, and Rocket saw that commercial. I couldn't find that commercial when I was doing the documentary.
As soon as you said that, I was
So
like,
mad.
man, I remember that.
So mad.
I think I remember that commercial.
Remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
And so Rocket seen the commercial, and he approached Curtis and said, we should start a group. And we was like, okay. You know, and that was it.
Just that easy.
Yeah.
Well, back then, people were...
I mean, we get in free next time.
For sure.
Yeah.
You done hooked up with the DJ. Back then, the DJs was the stars.
That's
You know what I'm saying? So we didn't have no rappers. We did. Let me stop that lie.
Yeah.
We didn't have any mainstream breakthrough artists at that time.
Yeah.
Let's just say
there
that.
you
go.
Is that correct?
It is
That's
Because
correct.
we had a plethora of rappers around here, Mike.
That's it.
So, what I've been wanting to know, how? I mean, I think I know based on what you said earlier, but I want to clarify. How did your vocabulary get as large as it is?
I'm a reader, bro. I've been a voracious reader as a kid. My grandmother, my father's mother, she was my one. You know, you always have somebody in your family that just love your dirty drawers. You can't do nothing you do is wrong.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? She was my one, and she didn't read too well. And so she really used to love the fact that I could read. And so I'd sit and read her mail to her, you know.
Yeah.
And she loved I could spell the words, you know. So she really made me want to know these words, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's how I started. And when I was going to Kimball or going through Kimball,
You said it right the first time.
I was living with my father then, but I was skipping school every day. So I would learn a word in the dictionary every day
Yeah.
and use it on my dad when I got home.
What you learn today?
What'd you learn today? Important.
Oh, yeah. I got something for you.
I got away with that for almost a year.
Really?
Yeah,
He
man.
like every day you learn a word.
He cold-blooded with these words.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
In
yeah.
school 8 hours.
So, you crazy. So,
Apostrophe.
I'm going to tell you a story. I got plenty of stories. You ready?
Story time.
One day, 1989. We're going to say this and then we're going to back up. You know, I was in the Nemesis crew. Over there with Snake in them. Was it wasn't no real beef, but it was a friendly competition between Dr. Rock and our Hardy Death Party. And I can remember, I think I saw you there that night when they came together with the big concert at the Armory. I mean, the big party at the Armory, and they had those speakers stacked to the ceiling. Were you there? Oh, what a sight to see. It was for the city.
That's dope.
It was for the city. So one day, Snake and I think Al, rest his soul, was with us. I was driving my daddy Cavalier. And there's a party at the Moreland YMCA on Ledbetter. We parked, you know how you could park in that little area right there. We found us a good old parking spot. We jump out. And guess who's standing right there by the walkway? You. And you're talking to Snake. And I'm standing right behind y'all, and I hear you say, I left Rock. I want to work with you, Snake. I want you to do, trying to get some tracks to you, from you. And I can remember this like it was yesterday. Snake said, you need to go back to rock. I was like, what? What? Because it wasn't too long after that, same year, couldn't have been 90 days. We headed to the studio. Snake they had just gotten paid. Snake had got this Z24 Cavalier bassed all out. I'm talking about banging. And somebody had given us a cassette single, D.O.C. Popped that cassette in that car. It's getting funky. It's getting funky. I was like, oh, shit.
That's my jam right there.
And I thought to myself, what did he just do? Not you. Because I was like, oh, shit. I know you don't remember that story.
I don't remember that.
It happened.
Did it really, bro?
He remember
happens.
everything.
It happened.
Allegedly.
It happened. I'm going to tell you another story, man. You already talked about it, but we're going to talk about it today. But yeah, that happened. And I was like, what the fuck did Doc Trey just do? It wasn't Doc Trey no more. It was just, I said, why you dropped the Trey off his name? Oh, it's just D.O.C. now. Man, then they sent me on the beer run. Back then, I was just like the roadie, pick up, carry the turntables, all that type of stuff. They sent me over to the beer store. And I must have banged that getting funky about 10 times in that car, bro.
What beer store you went to?
It was right down the street. Let's just say that. I sat out in the car just listening to it over and over. And I was like, oh, this bitch is banging.
It was a good record.
Man, great.
Why you put that Jamaican flow on there like that?
I was drunk. Yeah.
And that's what came out?
If I'm being honest, man.
Hey.
When the beat came on, it sounded like a Jamaican beat in my head.
Yeah.
In my headphones. So that's what came out. Yeah, I mean, you'll notice I never did that again.
No. I kind of heard a little bit, just a little smidget of it, maybe on the grand finale. On, not your voice, someone's rap a little reggae on there.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe it was ringing. So, we talked about Dr. Rock. A couple of people in Dallas, including myself, everybody around the world heard you drop a line. We were young. We used to drink 40s, all kind of liquor, and smoke a bunch of weed. You may have been upset at this time. I'm just trying to go back in the mind of a 20-year-old kid.
Oh, Lord.
I would be down with rock, but I'll be broke. You want to explain that?
No, bro, I was just rapping. I didn't have any animosity toward rock. All of that business stuff was so new that I'm sure nobody knew what they was doing, and any monies that went anywhere, I don't know if he got anything or not.
Yeah.
I just know I didn't.
Yeah.
And so
that makes your brother feel some kind of way.
And it was just really that little section of that song was just that section. I was trying this new thing out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now, yeah, bro, it's just rapping.
Yeah.
I didn't have no issues with rock. Still don't.
Yeah.
So
y'all spoken, that's good.
Yeah, he's in the documentary.
Good. That's beautiful. Y'all hear that? When for all the people out there thinking that there's a lot of beef in Dallas that stem from the 80s, no. That was just a song.
Yeah, don't put
that was
that
a
on
bar
us.
and a song.
Yeah.
No animosity.
No, bro. I want him to win.
That's
he
beautiful.
sells he's in real estate now, I think, or something like that.
Oh, I spoke to him the other day. Yeah, he is. Matter of fact, he's got an office not too far from here.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's doing well.
I think that's the difference between then and now. I think back then people could have a beef or issue and voice it and move on. Now it turns into
You might get killed.
Yeah.
You might get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's no bueno.
Yeah, you can't do that
Yeah,
no more.
people, taking everything personal.
Just a misuse of power.
That part.
The problem with these young men is not that they don't know who they are. they don't know how powerful they really are. They use that power in the most ass backward way and harm themselves with the very power that God gave them to resurrect themselves.
Yeah.
It's just because they don't know. You know, there's a guy in the Bible, his name is Samson. We praise that guy. But he really only did two things. You know, and if you know anything about that book, you know what those two things are. Same thing these little boys in the streets doing. They only do those two things.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Using that same power, just don't know how to use it. I want them to have that money, you know, and I'm certainly not against them being protective of themselves. You know, it's just the killing of each other that's just
that part.
Senseless killing.
ignorant. Yeah.
Senseless killing. And then on that, a lot of people try to point the finger at hip hop over that. But I think it's just the times that we're living in. It's people killing people.
Well, look, I say this to folks because I feel some kind of way because the music that is the music that has really cited a lot of this stuff. Me and those guys out there damn near started this stuff. So you have to feel some kind of way about that.
Yeah.
But it, you know, it went somewhere else because the system, the machine that used to be afraid of it, embraced it because they knew, oh, it's not gonna be, you know, they just running their mouth. And so now that's all they do is promote that.
Yes.
And so the youngsters think they have to do that.
Yes.
In order to win. In the way the system is structured now, maybe you do, but it's time to change that shit. I mean, in my opinion.
I think it's changing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think it started making a change toward the end of last year.
Because you're doing too much.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You're killing yourself. You're losing your life. You really never have any money. You may be able to kick it for a year, for 2-3 years.
Talk about it.
But you don't see an old nigga living like that. That's in that space.
That's real. That's
right?
real.
You just don't.
And they put in it's not like the rappers are killing rappers. The rappers are just dying. They're getting killed. They're the ones that are being shot and killed, putting themselves in bad situations, popping the pills, drinking.
All of that is bad news.
Bad news, man.
You know, if you want it all, that's not how you get it.
That's not how you get it.
You're not gonna get it like that.
No, you're not.
You know what I mean?
Speaking from experience.
You're gonna get 10 to 20. Or you're gonna get in somebody's penitentiary. I mean, in somebody's graveyard.
That part.
You know, you might make some money, but you're gonna get it right back to them folks to get back out there and do the same circle over and over again till you reach one of them other two places.
That's real. That's
real. I mean, so in my humble opinion, the blessings that are going to start falling on me is meant to show these guys. In fact, the whole movie is meant to show these guys that it's not about the bullshit of the journey. It's about the possibilities of this journey, what you can do.
Yes.
Even being a real one from the street, you don't have to live there forever with that shit. You can get this bread and transition into making real money. It's not hard, right? But you're never gonna get that white man's money killing each other. That's where that real money is at. You're never gonna get them to give you a boatload of money just to kick it, not to take no chances, just to kick it.
Yes.
With all this gunplay, it's not gonna work.
It's senseless, man. And I agree with you 1,000% on that. So, Fila Fresh Crew has done this.
Before you move on to that, I have one thing to add to that. Being that you have mastered this at such high levels, and it's so many youngsters, I keep saying youngsters, but it's a lot of young artists out there trying to get to those same levels. Can you speak to how important it is, the people around you? Because I think a lot of times, people, as you're coming up, you want to bring your friends with you. You want to bring but sometimes that can be a mistake. And how do you navigate that without,
without sounding like a sellout?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I mean, you got to know. It's really about knowing yourself, know who you are and what you want. You're gonna get what you hang around.
Yeah.
So if you want that life, hang around that. If you want this life, hang around this.
Yeah.
If you want a family, hang around family.
That's real.
But for me, it's a G.O.D. thing, bro. It's not a D.O.C. thing.
Come on now.
I know that it's all God no matter what. So whatever path you take, I would just hope that you put some G.O.D. in it. Because no matter which way you go, this way or that way, if you put some G.O.D. in it, it's going to work out a little bit better.
Yes.
For you.
That's real.
You know what I mean?
That's real.
One of my closest friends, I call him my brother, turned me on to that book in a way that I understand that is God. Whatever it is.
Don't matter what it is.
Yeah, bro. And so you don't have to stress yourself out. You don't have to really worry about these folks because they're going to do what they do.
Yeah.
All you got to do is concentrate on knowing yourself.
That's real. Facts. We in California. We know how you and Eazy and Dre met through the Dr. Rock connection, correct? Okay. Maybe they didn't know, but us in Dallas knew that was the bridge. So we're going to skip over that part. We're in California now. I can remember in Dallas, on KNON, Snake, Big Al, and Casanova Rock were playing the underground song, Boys in the Hood. You were responsible for penning a bunch of songs. One in particular was one of my favorites because, like I said, I followed you, bro. Eazy Does It.
Eazy Does It. That's
the first album by Eazy.
Right.
We Want Eazy.
We Want Eazy
is the song.
Yep.
Yes. Talk about that experience. When you got to California, draw that picture for him.
Yeah.
A Texas boy in California.
That was the first week. I just got there. It took about 3 days to go to the studio. And they had Dre pulled up that beat and said, "Do you got something to it?" And it took me, 10, 15, 20 minutes. And because writing for Eric was easy. And I laid the stuff. Eric took it home and learned it and came back the next day and laid it. And about a week later, that was the hottest thing in California.
That fast?
Yeah, man, it was fast, bro. Because those guys, there's a reason why what Dick Griffey said, he said because of this reason. Those guys had figured out a lane that worked. But Snake had to play it on the underground radio stations.
Yes.
They hadn't figured out how to take those same images and write a record that you could play on mainstream radio.
Okay, I feel you now.
So that's what made it the most influential person for that space and time, because I got him on the radio.
And you walk both lanes.
Yeah. And once you put Eazy-E on the radio and TV, it was game over.
It was game over. He had a lot of charisma.
Oh, yeah, man.
You always hear the fact that he didn't have talent. He couldn't rap.
Not a lick.
How were those recording sessions?
Oh, my God.
Was it punch this, punch
that? Oh,
that?
yeah, hell yeah. I mean, but it was just so much fun, though. Like, we laughed at him all day long. He cussed us out, and, we was just young boys having fun.
Yeah.
But Eric had this thing, it's just a it that some folks got and some folks don't. And he had a really crazy voice, but the persona of that whole gangster image was him.
Wasn't no act.
Mm-hmm. What these young boys are doing now is him. They're still doing him.
Yes.
That's kind of the problem. You know?
Yeah. He laid a blueprint.
Oh my God. You know, and it's still 35 years later.
Yes.
That's the blueprint.
Come on, man. And for him not to be a writer, not to have talent, but he could put the songs together.
Yeah.
He was a lot of people's favorite one in N.W.A. Was he not? Could you feel that energy?
Oh yeah, he was the star.
Bro, I can remember one time they came to Dallas, and I'm pretty sure you were with them. And they went to Redbird Mall. And, you know, there was a club in the same parking lot as Redbird Mall. Used to be Savoy. Mm-hmm. Then it turned to Dallas Nights. Mm-hmm. Well, Snake and Big Al were DJing at that club at that time. You know, James Price, Keith, and all them were running the club. And Dre came, Cube came, Ren came. Nobody give a shit. You know what they were looking for? Eazy!
Oh, yeah.
Where is Eazy at, man?
Yeah, man? Back in them days, that's what it was.
Yeah, man. I was like, that's Cube. You know, I was a, nigga, this is Cube, man. I mean, Ice Cube was in this. And then Dre was sitting up there just, everybody else had the mean mugs on their face. Dre was just a smile. And I said, wow, you must be the cool one. And then, yeah, man, everybody was, I couldn't go to that concert, but I heard that was a hell out concert that they put on there. And that was at Reunion Arena. Mm-hmm. But why do you think MC Ren doesn't get the credit that he deserves? Do you feel that?
I don't know, you know.
You listen to him spit on those albums.
Ren is dope.
Man, that boy dope.
We probably had one of the dopest voices in the clique, you know. And so his personality is laid back.
Yes.
He was never wanted to be a front guy.
Yeah.
I think that's probably...
That might be it. Mm-hmm. Now hearing you say, because I'm learning all this through you. Hearing you say that makes a lot of sense.
Eazy was the guy, and Cube was the spirit of it. You know, he was the power behind it. And then Dre was everything.
The music.
Yeah.
the fucking music.
Yeah.
So, I saw a tape. It might have been on that same Welcome to Death Row. Yeah, I believe it was. Everybody has heard of the famous Eazy-E pool party. Mm-hmm. Were you there?
Oh, yeah.
Can you remember that day? Because it looked like a bunch of alcohol all around.
Yeah, the pool parties all happened after the wreck. But I was at all of them.
Really?
You know, yeah. And I was living the life, you know.
How old were you? Let's see.
21.
21. That's right, 1989. 21 years old. Me too. What month you born in?
June 10.
Yeah, I was born in March. Yeah, that was that year, man. And I can remember when we got that phone call. I shed a tear. I ain't gonna lie. I hadn't cried probably since I don't know when, bro. A little boy. But I felt your pain, especially when all the, you get rumors, I don't know how many miles it is away from Texas, from Dallas to LA, but, the stories can change and change and change. And we were like, oh, he flew up in a tree. They found him in a tree. Was all that true? Walk us through that night. You remember? I hate to take you back there.
Nah, bro, I just got through shooting these videos. The Formula. Beautiful but Deadly. Over a couple day period. And was really just feeling myself. And because I was shooting a couple of days, I started to drift off, and somebody offered me something that they thought could wake me up, which it did. And
the nose candy?
Yeah.
The booger sugar?
Oh, yeah. And it woke me up. And it had me up for a whole nother day. And in the streets playing and, hanging out with all my boys in California, smoking weed and playing dominoes with Tone Loc and by the time I got ready to go home, finally, I just fell asleep in the car.
Driving. I've done it before.
Yeah, man. Went out the back window of the car and landed in a tree down the freeway. But I like to. Folks always get this feeling, this emotion behind that moment. But after the revelation came, I began to look at it like this. What seemed to be a tragedy or a curse and the end of something was actually a blessing
Yeah.
and the beginning of this.
Yes. Amen. Yeah.
Being able to have a clear mind and spirit that will allow me to do this work for G.O.D. And get back out there in these streets and get some shit together,
Yeah.
Like I had to go through some cold shit
Come on.
in order to strengthen myself and my character enough to walk this line, because it's not gonna be easy, But it's already guys out there that's fighting,
Yes.
It's guys my age that's out there pushing the line in many different ways, trying to make these folks understand how illogical the behavior is of these cats in the street.
I read it.
And so
That's a good thing.
I'm just trying to play my role, in making these kids understand that they're the chosen ones.
Yes. I'm gonna tell
And
you.
they need to get it together.
Yeah. I think y'all need to get it together, and we're gonna help you get there. One of the reasons, in my opinion, a lot of people get solemn when they talk about that, because being, I hate to use the word fan, I always say that, but being a huge supporter of you from back then and being young, we didn't know the writing ability you had. You know what I'm saying? We could hear about it, but we didn't know everything because a lot of stuff happened after that. You know what I mean? But for that to happen to you and you survive, fingers out here, toes out here, every limb intact, eyes working beautifully, and the only thing you lost was your instrument.
That's how you know it was God.
That's how you know it was God. And I said to myself, Lord have mercy. I mean, what was going on? That's a lot of people, what was he doing? What was, you get those spiritual people who, oh, he must have been, oh, he did this.
Bro, I'm going to tell you something. It's out there. It ain't all peaches and cream out there. And all these things that these folks tell you about, hanging out with that element, the devil is real.
Real.
And it flows within probably every aspect of this world, but it's damn show in show business. And those folks out there, they get caught up in it really easily,
Especially when you're a star. When you say something like, and you feeling like you're the chosen one. Because at that time, bro, you was on top of the world. I'm going to take you back even further. I mean, a little bit after that. Do you remember the first tour you took right after that accident? We was on a couple of those days. Do you remember that?
I only did a couple of days.
I remember. You want me to tell you where they were? Because I was there. One of them was in New Orleans. Yeah, on the big black trench coat. Ice-T.
Yeah.
I was there. That intro that I said I'm working on, I did that. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna talk about something. I said I have been doing that. Yeah, I did that night for Nemesis. Nemesis opened up for y'all.
Wow.
Yeah, and I walked out on stage with Gregory D, who was Gregory D and Manny Fresh back then. You know what I mean? And we introduced Nemesis, and I can remember that night. Who idea was that, bro? To make you come out there and try to lip sync?
Ruthless.
I figure.
Yeah.
That didn't go well.
No, bro, I was broken.
Yeah, I could see the look on your face.
Yeah.
I was there, bro. And then the next night or two, we came to South Dallas.
Yeah.
I was there, bro.
Yeah.
The big fight on stage.
Yeah.
Same thing basically happened. It was like identical. It was like deja fucking vu. I was like, and I could just, all I could think, it was massive. You remember that night. It was,
yeah. Well,
people
some
was
of it,
running.
I was loaded.
People was running.
Super loaded.
People was running everywhere. Everywhere. And I was just standing there looking at you like, you look like you was, I could see you was shaking about it.
I was defeated, bro, in that moment.
Yeah.
You know,
at home.
I didn't want to be there. I certainly didn't want to be there in front of Dallas,
the home team.
I didn't want to be on stage, period. And it's so funny that before that accident, all I wanted was the stage. I didn't want nobody on that motherfucker but me.
Yeah.
Get out the way. Let me do what I do. But after that, even after the accident, I didn't want no parts of the stage. Even when I go on the stage with Jaye and Snoopy and all those guys, I'm always try to stay out the back, out their way.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I just don't feel comfortable up there,
Even now?
Yeah.
Even today?
Like I'm just, it's hard to explain what that gift was. But I've never heard another me.
Me
No.
either.
You know what I mean?
No,
It was just so clean
That's
and
the
so
fact. You were way ahead of your time with
the diction.
style, the
Yes.
voice. Yeah, it was
Gifted.
classic.
yeah, bro. It's actually it all started with a prayer. On my sister's couch. They was trying to send me to the army because I wouldn't go because I kept going through Kimball. And I didn't want to go to the army, man, bad. And I prayed to God. I prayed so hard. I said, I want to do this. If you let me do this, when I get there, I promise you I'm going to tell everybody it was you. It wasn't me. So when I took that album cover in front of that statue,
Yeah.
in my mind's eye, that would be the beginning of my ministry because you see that Jesus got my back.
Yeah.
The kids start calling me the King of Kings and wearing it on their rings and in their hair. And, show business is a hell of a drug, And so I always thought that maybe I started to think that in real life and that accident was a punishment. But it wasn't until I got the revelation that I understood that path was mine the whole time.
Exactly. God.
You know what I mean? I had to do that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I saw one of your interviews. It said it took you about 30 some odd years of a look. Let me rectify what I just said. I'm not gonna say little depression because we talk about depression and mental health on this show all the time. Because I suffer from depression a lot in my life. We do. And yeah, I saw that. It took you about 30 some odd years to get that straight in your head.
2020, bro, is when G.O.D. came and talked to me. Said, let it go.
Amen.
Yes. And I've let it go. And ever since then, it's been a consistent climb back up. And it's a different kind of me.
Oh, you different now, bro.
Yeah.
You back to the 80s you.
Yeah.
Yeah, before California.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard somebody say, I ain't gonna speak, he ain't mean no more. I said, he never was mean to me. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. And I said, y'all just don't know what a man's going through. You don't know what he's seen that day. If he's had something to drink that day, he just may be having a bad day when you approach him.
You don't know where you meet someone in their journey.
That's what I mean.
Either.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I can relate to exactly what you're saying, because you go through things, and while you're going through it, you're like, why me? Why? And you're trying to figure out why and who. But the day you get the revelation, it's like you can't explain it, but you wouldn't take it back
That's right.
because you wouldn't be
That's right.
the person you are today.
That's
without
exactly
it.
right.
Yeah.
And now you have a testimony.
That's exactly right. I'm infinitely, this voice is infinitely more powerful than the one I had.
Yes.
Because of the path I had to walk through to get it.
Yeah.
Now it's all about what you're going to do with it.
Yes.
You know, somebody said to me the other day, I really love your voice because when you're talking, you really have to pay attention to hear what you're trying to say.
Yes.
So maybe the hollering voice at first may have felt good, you know, but we're going to make this one talk good.
Speaking of your voice, doing that, I believe it was still during your depression time. At one time, you said to yourself, I found my voice. I can remember. You said, I'm going to have a show at the Bomb Factory in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I were in attendance. I tell you, we follow you, bro.
Oh, yeah.
We were in attendance. I said, I got to hear my man rap. I'm excited. I got pictures from that night. I wish I could have seen. Did we see him that night? Did he walk through the crowd?
No.
I don't know if I saw you that night. We didn't get to go backstage. Erica was DJing, I believe, that night. Scarface was there. It was a beautiful night.
It was cool.
It was a cool night. Hell of a show. I saw you do an interview one time where you were trying to use the same voice. And it seemed like what you're trying to say now. What year was that? Let me go. What year? Was that 19 or was that 18?
You the one with the elephant,
I'm not
man.
sure. It was right after Straight Outta Compton that came out.
It seemed like what you're saying is you've embraced your voice that you have now.
That's right.
No more of that. I was just looking at a Vlad interview. You was turning it on, turning it off. I'm glad you feel comfortable in your own skin, my brother.
Yeah, it took a while.
Because, like you said, you walked a long path, a dangerous path, a disappointing path. I can remember seeing things about you writing all these classic songs. The credit wasn't on the back of the albums. We didn't see you in any of the videos. Then when we did see you, you know, people in Dallas got mad at you for a little while. He wearing California stuff. Where the Dallas Cowboys stuff? You heard that. You heard it.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah, you know they did.
When it wrong.
Huh?
I said, when it wrong.
Talk about those first albums, because those were the critical albums, especially at the time of hip hop that was. N.W.A, just like you said, we started it all. N.W.A started that gangster shit. You might have had Schoolie D, you might have had Ice-T,
but it popularized it.
Man, hold up, did it ever?
But it's only because you got to the radio. Let me tell you something about D.O.C. When you listen to songs like "We Want Easy," and the character that was created by a song like that you could have this little gangster dude who was really an intelligent little dude, and his cadence was East Coasty.
Yeah,
you know, he wasn't like the rest of the guys in the group. It made for great radio music, right? And that's the key to everything. That's why these guys in Dallas they can't get on like they'd like, because they're not making commercially viable radio music.
Exactly.
Right? If you make something that should be played on the radio, then you can make an argument for somebody to go up there and stomp the yard and get it played.
I feel you.
Because we know that we know how the radio machine works. Mm-hmm. You know, we know what makes those records spin.
That's right.
I mean, but in Dallas and Fort Worth, we got the power because we down here.
Yes.
And so, you know, by any means necessary, if we wanted it played, we can get it played.
We can get it played.
But it's got to be something.
It's got to be quality.
Yeah.
I feel you.
You know.
And I heard you mention the formula. My favorite line in the formula, I never really heard anybody else say it. Rhythmic American poetry. That's rap. I never heard anybody say it. Have you ever heard somebody catch that line and say that?
A few people, over my career have acknowledged that.
Yeah, that's rap. That boy said Rhythmic American poetry. And when you said it, I caught it. I said, that boy cold. That boy cold with it. You was cold. You was ice cold, man.
Man. And this is 80. This is 88.
Yes. Fresh out of being a teenager.
This is 88 when I'm 20 years old.
Yeah.
In
a whole different state.
Man.
How's a Texas boy writing music for California that the world's going to love?
Man. And it wasn't that different. I always felt like that they was closing me out. You know what I mean?
They was dimming down your star?
Yeah, I felt like they wouldn't let me get in the light with them, you know what I mean?
So in other words, you wanted to be on them videos.
Hell yeah, I did. What? Come on now.
I know, who wouldn't? Especially back then, that's when videos was video.
Come on, man. I was trying to get in where I fit in. But they didn't want me there. And that pissed me off even more. That made me say, okay, let me show y'all boys how to do this. Wait a minute. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Let me show y'all how to do this thing.
That album, bro, Whirlwind Pyramid, another one that got me. You know why they got me? The title. Everybody from my era, I'm not going to say everybody, a lot of people from my era were Battlestar Galactica people. Wasn't too many people look at Battle of the Planets. Wasn't too many people look at Battle of the Planets, man.
Yeah.
G-Force.
Yeah.
Is that where you got that from?
It's the back of the dollar bill.
Huh? Whirlwind Pyramid? Mm-hmm. The back of the dollar bill. Baby, who got $1? You don't know about Battle of the Planets?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I guarantee you.
They said Whirlwind Pyramid on there.
That's a thing that they used to do.
Oh, wow.
G-Force?
Yeah.
Transform. What? When we was kids and you said Whirlwind Pyramid, they would all get on top of each other. And that was like their death move.
Oh, wow.
When they did that, game over. That was like Fritz Von Erich and the Iron Claw.
Oh, wow.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Game over. If they said Whirlwind Pyramid, y'all better catch out.
Whirlwind Pyramid.
Chop out. Y'all need to chop out of here, man, because it's about to be dangerous.
I was trying to say something about Masonic, and none of the rap was about that, any of that, by the way.
Yeah.
But I was trying to say some kind of Masonic thing. I can't remember what that was, but it's the pyramid on the back of the dollar bill that's complete with the 13 levels and the whole 9. I was really into that.
At 20 years old. 21. Amazing. It's amazing how a person's mind can work.
Yeah, bro, because
That's from all that reading.
Because look, it's history. The history that they've taught you in this country is a crock of shit.
Man,
you know what they say? It's his story.
Yeah.
Get that
Ain't our story.
Say that again.
It's some bullshit.
It
It ain't
sure
even a
is.
good story. It's whack as fuck.
Capital B.
Ain't got no good drama stories in there, man. Got a bunch of bullshit.
Lies my teacher told me.
You know what I'm saying?
And they want to stomp out the what it was called a racial. What's it called? Critical
race theory.
Critical race theory. They don't want you to learn the truth. That's a shame.
You're not teaching critical race theory.
That's
You're
a book.
teaching the truth.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen in
Teaching
Texas.
what happened.
Let me tell you something. Lies my teacher told me. It's a good book. Have you read that? Check it out. It's
Lies my teachers told me. She's an avid book reader.
oh yeah.
She can read 2 or 3 books at one time.
Hey, that's the spell. That's why they call it spelling.
Already.
You know, words are powerful, and so if they get you to using their terminology and using their thing, then you just make it manifest what they want.
What they want. See, y'all need to think about that. Listen to these
That's what
words.
these boys in the streets is doing.
Yes.
They say, and it just blows my mind that they're doing this shit and put this shit on a record. Don't you know that you are God? If you say these things,
Yes.
they will happen.
Yes. You remember back in the day, you were still in California, when they tried to blame Pac for that, the guy who was in Texas who had killed some people because he said he was listening to Pac.
Yeah. That's how the machine works.
Mm-hmm. He got motivated by Pac to go kill some people. Stop it. Okay, 1992. It's time for the Chronic. Little skinny kid walks in. I don't know if he had, first time I saw him, he didn't have that long hair because it was on deep cover. Snoop D.O.G. Little bro.
Snoop was always just charismatic, always been a charismatic dude. He's always been who he is right now today.
Did he have the same thing? Did you see the same thing in him as you saw in Eazy? That it factor?
Yeah. He had it, but it was different it because he could rap.
Yeah. He had talent.
Yeah. He had he had this thing that he was just dope. And it was nobody like him. He was like a newer version of what Slick Rick was when Slick Rick came out, but he was just funked out with it.
Swagger.
Yeah. And he was a good kid, man.
When they came to y'all, was it the group 213? And they already had music to present, so you could hear.
Yeah.
Okay, something recorded. Him, Warren, and
Warren
Nate.
G and Nate and him. Warren played something for Dre at a bachelor party or something, and invited him to the studio. I think the next day or two, Snoop came in and spit a freestyle to one of Dre's drums, and Dre said, "That's him.
That's the one."
Yeah. Now, I'd been trying to talk Dre into doing an album because we was leaving Ruthless at that time.
Okay.
I was trying to talk him into doing a record, and he kept balking at me because he couldn't see it. But I stayed on him, but when Snoop came, he could see it.
Okay.
And so we went to work.
Do you remember when the convicts came to town?
Yeah.
Big Mike?
Yep.
And 3-2.
Yep.
Wow.
They stayed out there. There was always some Texas boys out there.
Why is that? Talk to me.
Texas and California got a hell of a connection.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. They do. Why do you think? Because I talked to Erotic. Erotic's been here. You see Erotic name on the wall. You, 3-2. Rest in peace to my brother Chris Berry, your Lord 3-2. My brother Big Mike. Why were they trying to suck this Texas sound?
You know what? I'm not absolutely positively sure that that's what it was.
But in hindsight, think about it.
If you good, you belonged in that circle. Didn't matter where you was from.
Got you. Because you can tell me it must have been other people from other states as well.
There's a lot of them. There's always somebody in and out.
But when I look at the credits, all I see is you and Cube and Ren.
Yeah. Yeah.
More out than in.
Well, if you're talking about in the early days, 3-2 didn't come to the Chronic days.
To the Chronic days.
So you wouldn't have seen you would have just seen me and the Dog.
Yes.
And of course everybody else, Rage and Jewels and Nate.
RBX. No.
Yeah, and Rex. But it was just, everybody was Snoop Dogg fans. So they came and hung out with the Dog Pound.
That's what I was going to ask you. How did y'all select the other rappers? Because of course we got Snoop.
Snoop came with Snoop cousin is RBX and Daz is his cousins.
RBX is as well?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew about Daz.
Yeah.
Daz was in Oklahoma. I've heard that story.
Yeah.
He sent for Daz.
Yep. Everybody came with the Dog.
Okay.
Except for Rage, who came from Virginia. Dre had a CD of hers and played it, and we agreed that she had it.
Yeah.
And
she had it.
Oh yeah.
Rock rough and stuff from Afro Pups. Hey, rock on with your bad self.
And so we had the team, and we had everything we needed.
You did. That first Chronic album, masterpiece.
Yep, no question about it.
I mean, from G-Thing all the way down. Just put it on and ride.
Gotta be my favorite hip-hop record. You know, it's that one.
I'm telling you, that's a no-brainer. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Good choice.
You know, and everything after that, with the exception of Snoop's record, everything after that, it lost that loving feeling. There's been gobs and gobs of great music, with the exception of Biggie Smalls and some Tupac. Nobody really moved me anymore.
Wow.
It had lost that feeling. The soul was gone. Now they was just making music sort of about the same thing.
Yeah.
And then after a while, they started making it all the same way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and it lost that thing. You know.
Got watered down.
Yeah, bro. Sis, but you know, I think it's coming back. I heard a guy the other day, and man, I hadn't felt like that since when I heard this guy's record. I hadn't felt that feeling since the Straight Outta Compton days.
Really?
Yeah, bro. It was really, it was crazy. I was like, damn.
A Dallas artist?
No.
Okay.
No. He's from Oakland.
Oakland, okay.
Yeah, he's from Oakland.
And he got it like that.
Yeah, he's a singer too, you know.
So he got both. He can sing his own hooks and rap.
Yeah, he's not a rapper.
Oh, he's just a singer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If he was to mix Parliament, N.W.A. and the Ohio Players, I know, right?
That's some gumbo.
Hey, bro.
Wait a
The
minute.
dude is special. And he's one of God's sons.
Really?
Yeah, man.
That's gonna take him far.
Yeah. You know,
Is he a youngster?
I don't know how old he is. I would say 30s, maybe.
Okay. That's young enough
Yeah.
to have a career. You know?
Yeah, bro. And look, it's not, I don't look at age. Is your shit good?
Yeah.
Because the song has a life of its own.
Yes, you're right.
Once you get done with it and throw it out there, it doesn't matter what you look like,
You ain't lying.
where you at, how old you is.
Especially
the
nowadays.
song is going to live.
Yeah, you're right. Especially nowadays with this internet. I mean, you can just really
I need to know who this artist is. I'm like, that's quite a mix.
Parliament,
Yeah.
Ohio Players, and N.W.A.
I know, right?
You a bad man with
Hey,
camel.
it's a gift from G.O.D. And I tell you how I know. Because when I first saw the dude's song, seen it on the internet, and I liked the song, left him a little thing under the song. It's a ballsy record, kid, you know, but I like it, I appreciate it. And I went to follow him. And when I followed him, a message from him popped up in my inbox. He had sent me the song 10 months earlier.
Wow.
I know it, bro. So, he gave me the same feeling that I had when we was making Fuck the Police. You know? And because we knew, you knew, this is finna be a problem for somebody, maybe for us, you know?
Yeah.
It's finna be a problem. And so when I heard this guy's record, I felt the same way. They're never gonna let you, you know. And I realized that I went through that feeling. I knew that feeling for a purpose.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to go get this boy and help him do his thing.
Ooh.
So you're working with him now.
Oh yeah.
That's a blessing.
Oh yeah, it is.
When we get off the air, we're gonna get that artist's name. And I like to listen to him. I love good talented people, man. Good talented people. And man, it's almost like you know what I'm about to ask, or some stuff that I have on my question card up here because I freestyle. Fuck the police. How accurate was that rendition in the movie? The Straight Outta Compton.
It's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Well, so you were there.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about that recording experience.
I mean,
you wrote Eazy's part on that?
yeah. I mean, we didn't give a shit, and Eazy certainly didn't give a damn. He loved it, and if I'm remembering things correctly, Dre and I had gotten pulled over on the way up there. That's what it was. Mm-hmm. And Dre walked in the studio. He was really pissed, and Cube reminded him of a song that he had already written that Dre said he didn't want to do at first, but he was pissed at the police that day.
Yeah.
So we did the song.
Was the song titled Fuck the Police that was over?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think Cube wrote that song because when they first started working together, Dre got arrested and had to start doing weekends locked up. And so it pissed Cube off because it couldn't work.
Yeah.
So he wrote the song Fuck the Police.
Oh, in retaliation.
Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah.
The hell of a song.
Great song.
Hell of a movement. It really, you're right. It was almost like Cop Killer. I mean, Cop Killer was almost like it. When Ice-T came out with that Cop Killer
song.
Man,
it's all of those records are in that same vein where you got to be on a lot of levels there at the boss to make that record because you know
and follow through with it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're coming.
It's one thing to make it. It's another one to release it and follow through.
Tell us about.
See, they'll let you make all these records about killing each other.
Right.
Yes. As soon as you start talking about Jewish people,
one of them,
police,
it's a problem.
Gays, they are coming. They are coming. You have to be real, real careful how you talk. Or, you know, they got this council thing now.
Man, look, man, fuck careful. I say be dangerous, right? Because it's all God.
Yes.
So whatever it's going to be, it's going to be.
That's real.
If it's coming for you, it's coming. Ain't nothing you can do.
That's right.
You know,
and if it's for me,
ain't nothing you can do to keep it from me.
That's real.
All them folks that's arguing and yelling and screaming about biblical stuff. That's God's business. Why are you fighting about it? Because when it's if what you believe is real, then you're good. If what you believe ain't real, it's a problem.
Yeah.
And ain't nothing you can do to stop that problem
at all.
Because it's not. It's God being God. You can't stop that. You can lie no matter who's not correct. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to have to deal with G.O.D. on that.
For real. So speaking of God, and we talk about being in dangerous situations, you put two entities together and formed a company, Death Row Records. Suge Knight. In the beginning, Suge Knight was he your bodyguard or just someone that worked for you?
Suge was just my homie.
Yeah.
You know.
How'd you meet Suge?
There's a guy's name is L.A. Dre. He played keys for Dr. Dre and his brother Suge was his guy.
Okay.
So he came around through L.A. Dre.
Okay.
But me and Suge just hit it off.
Already.
Yeah.
In the beginning, Suge was one way, would you say?
Mm-hmm.
In the middle, meaning that y'all's height, he was a different way. Toward the end, it seemed like he was a totally different way.
Show business is a hell of a drug, bro.
Say that again.
Man.
You know, and it can throw you off your square, and you can lose a lot.
You hear about the dangerousness of the death row offices or the studio. I don't know how they were. Was it really as dangerous as they say it was?
Oh, yeah. No question about it.
I mean, how can you put at that time, two warring gang. I mean, you got Bloods in here and you got Crips in here. That's a powder keg right there.
Oh yeah, no question about it.
I mean, what's one of the craziest things you ever saw up there that you can speak on?
Yeah, I really can't speak on none of it.
That crazy, huh?
I mean, it's just bad. You know, no different than what these little kids is doing now, bro.
Bad juju. Yeah.
The same exact thing. If you hang around that, guess what you gonna get?
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. Yeah. Did Snoop and, of course, how was the relationship between Snoop and Suge?
Respectful. You know, I never seen anybody be disrespectful to anybody, and
Good.
I don't have any tall tales to tell about any of those guys. I don't have any animosity towards any of those guys.
Yes.
I hate that they, you know, are going through the shit that they got to go through. I wouldn't wish, you know, death or jail on anybody. It's a fucked up place to be.
Yeah.
But there was people I considered friends, and turns out that they wasn't as good as friends as I thought. I mean, but they had their role to play.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. I feel you.
And so without them, I wouldn't be right here.
I hear you mention God a lot. God had to be walking with you to maneuver
The whole time.
through all that drama,
All
danger.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every day.
And
Just like I said, I was
beautiful
standing there and all
when
that.
you realize it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You ain't lying. When you can sit up and say, man, that ain't nothing but God.
I will give you a story, because I've heard it. When we was doing Snoop's album release party for his album,
Okay.
and it was on a boat. And so it's 50 Bloods, 50 Crips on a boat. And we're at the marina, and Cube is there, and Dre is there. Everybody goes down. Well, Cube never even got on the boat. He was like, fuck that. And Dre goes down into the little thing. And the boat bags up and gets ready to leave the marina. No sooner than that boat pulled back out of its dock, then they go at it. I mean, and it's 3 levels, and they just fighting every single where. And I'm under the table, you know, and I go from that table to this door, and I'm just standing up, walking through the stuff, and nobody looked at me. Nobody reached a hand out to me. Nobody touched me. And I walked from one end of the boat to the other end through all of that shit. And nobody, I mean, I barely even bumped into motherfuckers when I was
Through the
walking.
fire.
Yeah, bro. How does that happen?
God.
Unless you protect it.
Yeah. God. When that accident happened,
That's the only way.
he had a bigger plan for you.
Yeah,
Then
absolutely.
in 2020, you realized what that was.
Yeah,
And you're walking your truth now.
yeah.
And I'm glad, and I'm so happy for you, bro.
Thank you,
Because
brother.
when I say, man, I'm not just saying I cried, bro. I was like, God damn, I can't believe this just happened. And to see to hear all the lawsuits, you know, everybody, I don't know everybody, but I did, because I was, you know, trying to be in the industry. Heard about the lawsuits, heard about you winning lawsuits, heard about the move to Atlanta, okay? MC Breed.
Save my life.
Let's talk about it.
I was just dangling, you know, just using all kinds of drugs and just getting really loaded. And Bree came out one day, and he came to. I was living with Dre back at this time. Dre was living at a house on the beach in Malibu. And I lived in a little house that was sort of under his house, you know. And man, you walk in that thing and it was just, have you ever seen the movie A Beautiful Mind?
Yes.
Well, the guy just had shit everywhere. It was papers everywhere with little things. That's what my room looked like.
Oh, wow.
And I was just loaded, all the time. Ray came in and picked up a rap and started rapping a rap. And he ended up putting that rap as the third verse on the song he and Pac did together called Gotta Get Mine.
I Gotta Get Mine.
But he saw me so loaded, he said, dog, he picked me up and said, no, you coming with me. And he took me to Atlanta on the plane the next day.
Wow.
And I stayed with Breed for about 3-4 months, bro. And I didn't have no money and then no access to no BS. And so I was clean.
Yeah.
And I smoked plenty of weed with him and just helped him make his music,
Listening to that album, I could hear you on it. On that last verse, especially. I was telling Erotic D, I said, bro, it sounded like y'all had fun making that album.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Atlanta was the shit back then.
The New Breed?
Oh, man.
That album there.
Too Short.
But that first song, not the intro, but like the joint, I'm tired. Woo! For the moment.
Bro.
Light the joint. And I'm tired.
You talking about, man? Scarface.
That's insane, man.
It's not your ministry.
Scarface.
I can't
Too
sing.
Short. Pimp C. Breed, myself, and Pac. It was just a clicking niggas, and we was just having a blast in Atlanta during that time, bro.
Wow, man.
And so I credit Breed, and I miss him dearly. I wish he was here to see this movie.
Yeah. He lived in Dallas for a while. Or had a spot in Dallas for a while.
Yeah. He was one of Greg Street's guys down here.
Okay.
And yeah, bro, one of my best friends, one of the best human beings you'll ever meet.
I hear that a lot. Eric Breed, rest in peace. Long live.
Sir.
Long live.
Yes, sir.
Already, man. Flint, Michigan. So, go ahead, baby.
Okay. So, through everything you've been through, from music to personal trials and tribulations, and then being the man you are today, what's one of the biggest lessons you think you've learned personally?
All of my lessons have come from my children. And they built on me brick by brick as they came.
Oof, won't they?
And my first child is a woman named Amber. And her mother, this is back when I thought I was a gangbanger.
Stop it.
And her mother ended up going to the penitentiary. And so I had to come back home. That's when I met 6'2" and all them boys.
Oh, really?
Trying to be a father, So she brought me responsibility. And I'm still swimming around out there trying to walk that line, but it ended up taking the boys, 6'2" and all those boys uptight, and all those boys to the West Coast and doing some really good work.
Yes.
And living that experience with them and through them. And when I came back home, I brought this deal. I worked with Russell Simmons to do this thing called Hip Hop Summit downtown Dallas.
Oh, I remember that.
I got reconnected with Erica at that thing. And she and I became reacquainted. We got really close. We understood one another's energy.
Yeah.
And she gave me a baby, and that baby's name is Puma. And Puma taught me how to love myself, because the little girl loved me so hard that it made me feel like, well, shit, I need to do better by loving myself.
Already.
And I cleaned up from everything, and was her dad, and carrying Erica Badu's little white bags, and I was happy.
Yeah.
And then the music hall, Drake called the music hall. I went back and, things happened, and I ended up getting locked up for 13 months behind drinking and driving again. I went back to those behaviors. And when I got out of that situation, I hooked up with this girl that gave me, well, first Drake got his billion, and he called me, hey man, come on back out. And I said, okay. We fight, he fight, he call.
Yeah.
But he had $1 billion, so I knew some of that was mine.
Yes.
And he was very giving, and I went back up there and worked with him. This time I had a girl with me, and she had 2 boys over that 3-year period. And those boys, well, the first boy's name is Legend. This guy taught me how to be a man.
His name is Lesson?
Legend. Yeah. And the last boy, his name is Doc. And Doc is the legacy piece because he seems to be stronger than everybody else.
Wow. The baby.
Yeah, he wants to. I think he thinks he can kick my ass.
How
right
old
now,
is he?
today.
How old is he?
6.
He's a fighter.
So watch out for that one.
So I'm going to imbue him with as much power as I can so that he can take care of his family when I'm gone.
Yes. There you go. I got a story.
That's beautiful.
On that story. You ready for story time?
Story time.
I told you this one before. At the salad video shoot. You said you don't remember, but I'm gonna draw the picture clear because everybody was in our ear. The night Puma was born. It was a male. It was a man with you that night. One of your buddies. Who was with you? You remember?
Vernon.
You don't remember where y'all left the hospital and came to?
No.
You was drunk. I could smell it on you. You came to N.W.A to the White House.
Did it, man?
You did. And you said, Bobo, I got an announcement to make. And I didn't know what you was about to do. You elbowed me to the side and you got in front of the mic and you said, me and Erica Badu just had a baby. And I looked at it, I said, you can't do that. You sound for real. And then the next day, I'm going to make you remember this day. That was on a Saturday night. The next day was, of course, Sunday. You had an event at a studio. The day after Puma was born. You still had the wrist thing on your hand from the hospital, brother. And you said, Bobo, I want you to come out to this event. It's for the kids. And it was this big studio. I can't think of them. Maxim Media, I believe. Over, what 35 and 635 meet. It was
I know it is.
You remember having a big event there long about 20 years ago? It was on a Sunday. Yeah. That was the day after Puma was born. Look how you looking.
It was a great day.
You made the announcement to the world on the Dirty South Block Party.
I was happy about that. I was happy with that baby. I'm a dad guy,
Me too, bro.
So I love the kids. D.O.C loves the kids, and if they mine, and if they're yours, I love the kids.
Already.
That's right.
So your oldest is a girl.
2 girls. The girls came first, so they can get me right.
That's what I was about to say to you. They softened your ass up. Mind you,
And then the boys came, so they can straighten my back up.
Yeah. I feel you on that. So, you got any more questions to ask them? Because I can go down through there.
I do.
Come on, baby.
I have to ask. So, of your music catalog, what's your top 3 songs?
Tough, huh? Are you asking on the songs he rapped or the songs he penned?
Either one. It's still him.
The Formula is probably my favorite piece, just because I don't know. So after that, I just don't know. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of good ones.
A lot of good ones.
I gotta give us 3.
Come on.
Come on now.
So the formula, that's number 1.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Why the formula?
But it was the way I wrote the song. It was impressive to me.
The speed of it, or what you said?
It was the way the dude. See, Dre had come home from going to the movies with Michelle, and he said, "I had a daydream, my nigga. You did a song called A Formula," and he played me the Marvin Gaye thing, and I stayed up there the whole night trying to figure out what the formula was. And all the records was laying around, and that the way that I penned that verse was the formula,
Yeah.
and it just tripped me out how I could take that word and draw it out. E=MC² was in the deal.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to write the formula like a professor would, and it really I liked that. I thought, man, you dope for that.
Man, how's your mind working at 20, 21 years old, bro?
I liked that shit. I was
I'm the formula.
Your writing style, hold on, we gotta go number 2 and number 3. 15 minutes? You say you pen songs in 15, 20 minutes?
We want Eazy back in them days, yeah.
Yeah.
And we want Eazy is cool, but I don't think it's my top. I think Funk Enough gotta be in.
Come on.
And that
Gotta be up there.
That's got to be in there. That's the first time we heard you.
I would say G Thing.
So let me, speaking of G Thing, this is a question I had before I heard you say something earlier. I know for a fact, because you just said Snoop could already rap. He was already talented.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know that after he got with you changed his craft. Maybe you taught him how to formulate songs.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's all sacred geometry.
Yes.
Man.
And
That's how
some
Drake
Chinese
makes
secrets.
beats. That's all it is, bro. Just drawing the lines right.
Yes.
Making them connect right. And keeping it entertaining. That's the key. Snoop already had that in spades. So just make the words work, right? If he wrote 16 bars,
Yeah.
invariably some of them things is gonna be dope because it's him.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is know how to take the parts that aren't dope and either replace them or remove them and shrink the piece down until you get 16 lines where all the lines.
All dope.
Every line is hot.
Yeah, man.
I heard somebody else say that. You don't want to waste a bar.
No, bro. And if you put the energy into it, it'll pay you back.
I feel you. Now, coming from the Nemesis camp, I noticed how they recorded albums, meaning that, of course, Snake made the tracks back then and take the tracks home, go ahead and write. Was that y'all's process as well, or did y'all do a lot of work within the studio?
Yeah, I was always ready. I was a writer. I wrote. So when they was out doing shit, I was writing.
You was writing.
Yeah. So when I showed up, I was ready. Other niggas had to write. Unless they came with some shit that was just cold blooded, then I would have to go back and rewrite.
Yeah, yeah.
How
I was about to ask you, how was the competition level between you and Q?
Yeah, Q made me do that a couple times.
Already?
Oh yeah.
I bet you sent them back to the drawing board too.
I may have.
Come on now.
But me and Q was it was a friendly competition, but it was real.
Yeah.
Because it's like and Rand too, but I don't think Rand wasn't into
Competition.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to be the man, but I know me and Q was both trying to be the guy.
Iron sharpen iron.
Yeah.
That make you better though.
Yeah, man.
That makes you better.
But I couldn't do what Q did. Q couldn't do what I was doing.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do what Q was doing.
Okay.
His shit was always so simple. but it was powerful.
And painted
And
a picture.
it was always that first line. He never gave you a chance to breathe.
No.
He hit you with that first line.
Right there by the throat.
Still.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boy, Cole. Damn, I had a question. Cube. Oh. This is gonna be the doozy. Close your mind, close your eyes. I want you to go back in your mind. Go back in your mind. No Vaseline the first day you heard it.
Hey, I loved it. I mean, how could you not?
I know. I was about to say,
How could you
You
not?
know what I'm saying? He killed that shit.
When you heard
I
this
was
song,
just happy he left me alone.
Man,
bro, back then when you heard this song, it was subliminal.
that's still one of the.
When you mention
That's
names,
number one.
He killed that shit.
That's number one.
oh, he went down the line.
Yeah, bro, he
Out of
killed
diss
that. That's,
tracks.
yeah, man, I agree with
That's
that.
number one.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is.
He's the king.
That is
Hands
above
down.
Hit 'em Up.
All of them.
No Vaseline.
Everything,
That's
like-
above Ether. That's above them all.
All those other ones is Q was serious
Yes.
about his shit.
Yes.
All them other niggas is playing games.
Come on, man.
Trying to make that nigga was dead serious about his shit.
Yes, bro.
And it seemed like he just took a deep breath before he did it and let
And just let it.
Oh man, it was so. And I was now there's an actress. Her name is what is that woman's name?
Which one?
She played in the movie with Tom Cruise and Cuba Gooding Jr. about the football.
Oh.
Radio?
No, I know what movie he's talking about.
Oh.
Where Tom Cruise was the agent.
Show me the money.
Show me the
Show
money
Me the
guy.
Money.
So she was Cuba's wife in that movie. Pretty brown eyes girl.
The girl from Regina Hall?
227,
Was it Regina
yeah.
Hall?
Regina King.
Regina King. There you go.
Yeah, I was hanging out with Regina King at that time. And when that song first came out, and we,
Y'all were together?
yeah, when first time I heard that song, I was at Regina King's house.
Yeah.
Just vibing with her and a couple more people. And that shit came on, it was like, ooh.
Man.
And they loved it. They loved it. They were so excited because, you know, they thought that the guys was maybe putting a lot of pressure on King. I'm a Cube, and everybody knew what Cube was and what he had done for that movement. So when he did that, they was all with that.
Yeah, see, a lot of people don't remember. That was that after America? That was a little EP called Kill at Will.
Mm-hmm.
That song was on Kill at Will.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't on his album. Mm-hmm. And that was the last song on Kill at Will.
Whatever it was on.
And I'm trying to remember.
After them boys that put out their EP.
Oh, it was after Niggas for Life.
You know, it was after that. 100 miles
100 miles and running, yeah.
100 miles and running. And they was talking shit about him.
Yes. Cut your hair off. Stick it.
And he went in.
That boy went completely in. Ooh, who was the first person in the group you ran into after you left Regina King's house? And
Dre.
Was he hot or was he laughing?
I don't know, bro. Don't give me what could you do?
Yeah, what could you do?
What could you do?
You can even
I
say,
think the first person I ran across then was Snoop now. I think that, and we laughed our ass off, man.
wow.
You know what I mean? Because you had to.
You had to, bro. He came, he drew a hell of a picture.
I got a lot of respect for Cube, man. It's there's a few dudes in this business that have never changed one bit. You know, from when they was broke as a joke,
Yes.
to when they got all this money.
Still the same guy.
Cube was one of those guys.
Really. He seems to be. I've never seen or heard anything too much negative about Cube. You know what I mean?
Good man.
No dirt on his name, no mud on his name, nothing.
Good man, family man. You know, and so Cube did it right.
How did you feel when he decided to depart from the group?
You know what? It didn't bother me at all because I'm waiting on me.
Yes.
Yeah,
I feel you.
I done gave y'all. Now it's my time.
Yeah, it's real.
You know, so
Did he leave before your voice left?
yeah,
Yeah, that's
it was right at around the same time. You know,
that's hell.
maybe about a month before.
I remember that America's Most Wanted album. That boy went and hooked up with the Bomb Squad.
Yeah, man.
Classic album.
Pretty much.
The next one, Death Certificate. Classic album.
Pretty much.
Damn, that boy was coming with him back then. I put him in my top 5. Cuban in my top 5.
I can see that.
Yeah, because
I don't really have a top thing because we all stand on the shoulders
Yes.
of the guys that came before us. You know, like all the guys that came after me. I can clearly hear me in there.
Yes.
And a lot of them, you know, but I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I appreciate that because it's our thing. That's why I wish we would take better care of it. You know,
Yeah.
it was really meant to make us all
Absolutely
rich instead of just a couple of guys
Huh.
with a whole lot of money and you know, up there rubbing elbows with them folks that probably wouldn't give 2 shits about you.
Yeah. That's real. All they want is
That's a fact.
is your talent.
You know, but
Like a
it's
slave. Like a slave.
So when did you say the documentary is dropping again?
It's second quarter, late May, early June. It'll be in theaters across the country.
Already.
And then it goes to the television on demand.
Yeah.
And then I think it's in the fall it hits Netflix.
Already. I'm excited to see it.
Me too.
Man, I'm excited to see it. So, you got some shout outs?
No, man, I appreciate Fort Worth for having me.
Man, we from Dallas, bro.
I appreciate Dallas for having me.
Yeah.
You know, and it's really DFW on mine.
That's it.
You know, from here on out, I'm trying to make it so we all understand how powerful we are together.
Yeah.
You know, how much we can do and have together.
Amen.
So many of us. You know, it's so many young guys out there with money, power, strength. And if you could just pull some unity into that,
Come on.
there's nothing that we can't do down here.
Come on. That's a hell of a statement. Last thing. I saw you on a picture. I don't know if you was at the Star in Frisco or you was at the big stadium. You was down on the field. I think maybe you and Michael Irvin.
I was what was I doing?
I don't know. You just looked like you was at an event on down at the Cowboy. Or you?
I went to the playoff when we just recently.
So it's on one of the Instagram.
Yeah, we had just beat the Eagles.
Okay, so this is
And
what
we was eating Eagle wings.
Eagle wings
that night.
Okay, so
Yeah,
so I love this energy. He said I'm straight when we start talking about this. This is where I'm going with this because I bleed blue. I'm a Cowboy fan.
That right.
I need you to rub that star. You remember the Apollo? You remember the stomp at the Apollo?
Yeah.
That's our stomp. Let's just say Dak had an off day.
We going to the bowl.
Whoa, y'all heard it first. D.O.C. said we going to the bowl.
Oh yeah, man. We got to do that.
If not, that coach is out of here.
No, we got to do that.
We got to, boys.
We got to do that. And I rides with old Mike McCarthy.
Do you really?
Yeah, bro.
Come on.
He called me and let me speak to the team.
That's beautiful.
And that's like some bucket list shit, you know. I was calling him out. There go D-Law over there. That old Micah, you know.
Oh, that was this year or last year?
That was this year.
Oh shit.
That was this year when they played. This is after that got hurt. A couple games after that, they was playing in L.A. And Mike McCarthy's daughter is a friend of mine, and so she said, you know, she had seen my movie, and she said, I want my dad to see your movie. He saw the movie. He's like, man, you should come talk to the team. I was like, man, what?
I'm on my way.
Come on, man. Are you gonna be in LA? I said, hell yeah, I'm gonna be there. You know,
that's real.
Called Dre and started talking plenty shit, and he went to talking shit about his Rams. And then I went.
The Rams?
Yeah.
Well, we did them dirty.
Dirty.
In their house.
After I talked to them boys, they went out and they executed.
You wired them up?
That's right.
Come on, baby.
That's right. That's what I'm gonna be doing in Arizona.
Oh, you need to. Oh, that's what you need to do.
I said, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go talk to
Now
him.
you know.
Mike.
No. Stop. You need to get your ass to Tampa this weekend.
Now we got that. That's small thanks to it, John. We got that.
Word to start again there.
We got
Word to start again there, bro. Cause we going against the GOAT.
Look. I respect the GOAT.
Okay.
For what he done for the league. I'm glad he had his day, and I hope things is better for him in his life outside of football and in the near future. Cause you hate to see family, fucking up like that. But we finna whoop his ass. We finna whoop that ass. We're going from Eagle Wings.
Yes.
Eagle Wings to GOAT. We getting what they call it.
Finna get some GOAT.
Some of that goat meat.
Some curry goat.
Yeah,
some curry goat.
You want some curry goat?
That's it.
So when we finish with the goat, the Buccaneers curry goat, if the Eagles got a bye, so they ain't gonna play. We head up to Philly.
Yeah.
Then we have more Eagle Wings.
More Eagle Wings.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
How you like your wings?
Double order.
How you like your wings? Barbecue, smoked, lemon pepper?
That night at the stadium. It was a barbecue.
Yeah.
Okay, I love about Texas barbecue.
Extra smoky.
That's right. Man, I sure appreciate you coming, brother.
Oh, man, it's all love, kinfolk.
Man, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for our city. Did you notice the table that you were sitting at?
Yeah.
It's Texas, huh?
Is that what that is?
This is Texas, baby.
Oh, wow, and the stars said, okay.
That's Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah, you sitting in Texas. And that's in Dallas, yeah. So when I say I'm for Oak Cliff, Dallas, and Texas, then the rest of the world, but our home is our home.
That's right.
And what we spoke about earlier, getting it steered in the right direction, I'm supporting you 100%.
Absolutely.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
If you got any artists, somebody you want to just say, man, go up there and talk to Bobo. He'll put you on. I've been doing, I don't know if you knew. You remember back in, we talked about Snake Name at K.N.W.A. And we talked about you coming up there on the night Puma. Well, that was our radio show. We were doing that free. So 8.5 years, we've been a servant for hip hop.
That's dope.
In the city.
This year is, this is hip hop's 50th birthday this year.
Hey.
Let's go, baby.
50th anniversary of hip hop is, I believe it's August this year.
Let's make it count.
It's 50. Yeah.
Let's make it count, bro.
Yeah, it's a big year for us, bro. We finna put this thing back on a positive track.
There you go.
And, start showing these dudes how to use that power.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm with you on it 100%. Like I said, if you need us, any one of us, call, text, we there. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you.
Oh, no, I appreciate you, bro. And I just want to let everybody in the world know that my guy, the D.O.C, is a super tight guest, baby.
Know I'ma get some game tuned in with super tight, yeah. I get it all up from Big Bobo, from the front seat, not no photos.